Today we are talking about unmet expectations at Cuddle Party. Some people hear the word Cuddle Party and you might imagine those farms where the goats come and jump on your back and cuddle with you, and you think, oh, I just show up and I will be surrounded by people magnetized towards cuddling with me. And maybe they don't realize, they might think they're going to have no problem asking for what they want or saying no to what they want, and then come to find out they have a tough time. So can you tell us a bit about how to navigate that, how to prepare ahead of time, how to deal with these unmet expectations?
Mm, wow, that's a big topic. So yes, what you're saying, I mean, a lot of us are touch deprived. And why would we want to go to an event called Cuddle Party? Because we want to be cuddled and we, have this. And I think it's Cuddle Party it's so hard to describe what it is and what it's not. And so I think it's easy for people to show up with one idea in their head and then be like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was. And Cuddle Party is a very radical event. And I think for those of us who are used to it, it's hard to remember that, and it's a good reminder that it's really can be very emotionally confronting and challenging to be in a position where we need to ask for the things that we want. It's very vulnerable. Or we need to say no to things that other people want. That's very, very challenging. There's a lot of social conditioning that puts us into that place, and it's really difficult to not. But that is what Cuddle Party is about. And for those of us on the inside, it's really about internalizing our own authority and being able to wield it well, to master it. And those are necessary parts of it. So I want to start by acknowledging that and having a lot of compassion and empathy for that. And knowing that disappointment will happen at these events, and that does, and you could be doing it perfectly right. It's like personal growth is, it's hard. So that can happen. But so you're asking me how we can manage that, basically. I think, if you're watching this video, that takeaway of that, well, why am I actually going? And if I don't want to be challenged around hearing no, or having to ask for what I want and maybe be rejected, or having to say no to other people, maybe Cuddle Party is not the right place for me to go. There are lots, if it's really touch deprivation and cuddling, Cuddlist.com. You can work individually with a practitioner who's in screen to make sure that they're a good fit for you, and that the consent will be, you'll want the same kind of cuddling. Massage therapy. There are lots of different places to pursue touch if you don't want to be confronted with those types of things.
And I know we talk about people who show up knowing they're going to say no to everybody, but then there are people who totally want the touch and don't know how to ask. So can you share a couple of examples of what you've seen, how people try to get that in between? Like, I'm not ready to ask, but I'm going to throw some information out.
Yeah, that's what I would have. Sometimes a participant who would sort of just announce to the room, like, I love having my hair brushed. They're not asking for anything, just FYI, and so that if anybody loves brushing hair, right, that they would know that and they could go and offer that to that person, right? Or with any particular kind of touch. Some people, some facilitators have people put on their name tag what types of touch that they like or don't like. When you do the introduction, you could just kind of let people know, I'm interested in, I love giving back rubs, something I really enjoy. So, hey, I'm the person if you want to cut, and people may or may not. And then the challenge is, gosh, I put that out there and then no one's coming to get back rubs, and just know that that's okay. And it could happen and it might not feel great. But again, this is about managing and it's and embracing the opportunity for personal growth, and knowing that there's a facilitator there are empathetic people, and that everybody's struggling with their own little, inner insecurities, and how human and natural that is.
And can you say a couple words about how to ask? You see two people cuddling or five people cuddling, you want to join them. How to break that igloo of energetic tension of, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother them.
Yeah, well, just acknowledging, first of all, it takes courage, and being open to a no, realizing, okay, what's the worst case scenario? Say I walk up there and I say, can I join you? And they both look at me and go, ew. Like what is the worst fear? And if that happens, how can I go lick my wounds, or maybe they won't, maybe they'll just ignore me and I'll feel stupid. Or maybe, and just kind of being like, okay, can I support myself through that? If that happens, can I still stay on my own side? And then go brave it. And then if they say yes, you'll be like, oh my God, they said yes, And then there's the thing about, okay, they both have to say yes. And then you need to negotiate how you're going to join them, and just let it be an adventure.
And so many of these skills transfer into life. And I just keep coming back to recently that we take cuddling so very seriously here at Cuddle Party, and there are so many facets for us to learn that go beyond anything that just sounds so childlike and fun, even though that's part of it too. So I thank you so much for sharing your wisdom as usual, and we shall see you next time.
You're welcome. Bye.